Hi, for my persuasive speech, I decided to have Amanda listen, Jamie listen, and Jordan listen. Y'all can go sit down. I decided to speak on the subject of abortion. And as I was researching, I noticed a quote that really grabbed my attention. And that says, "I've noticed that everyone who is for abortion has already been born." Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them. For the kingdom of heaven belongs to those such as these." And that's from Matthew 19:14. Many people have tried to justify the killing of babies as acceptable by the circumstances in their home life. There are multiple reasons that pro-choice people argue for the abortion to be deemed as acceptable. One of those reasons, and the most common reason, is the financial situation. Many people are financially unable to support children, so they decide to just get rid of the child so that they are not pressed with further financial issues. 21% of the women are having abortions because of financial issues. Luke 12:24 says, "Look at the birds. They don't plant or harvest. They don't have storerooms or barns, but God feeds them, and you are worth more than the birds." That verse means so much because no matter what, God's going to provide if you just believe in Him and trust. And so that the financial situation does not justify the killing because God's always going to provide. And the lack of finances is not the reason to terminate because He will not leave someone or abandon them. They also argue that a baby is not alive until it's been born and it is able to take breaths on its own. The extraction of the baby from week 1 to week 24 is a brutal procedure. And by around week 4 or 5, the heartbeat begins to beat on its own. So, a heartbeat represents life. Psalm 113 says, "For you created my innermost being, you knit me together in my mother's womb." The Lord knew us before the world knew us. He created each of us on His own, and so He spent time on us. And so to be able to just terminate a life on something that God made is not something that we can justify by claiming financial issues or just unwantedness, because there are other ways that you can get rid of the child, such as adoption. Followers of pro-life argue that the law states that if a pregnant woman is killed, then that is the killing of 2 lives, the mother and the child's. So where does the line start and stop? In Jeremiah 1:4-5, the Lord was talking to Jeremiah, and He proclaims that He knew Jeremiah before the world did. So He knew him in the womb. I believe that life begins at the moment of conception, and there is no point in the process of there's no point in the process where the baby is not alive. Psalm 36:9 states that God is the giver of life. So who are we to be deemed capable of taking life away from someone who created all of us, who created everything? But people do argue that the baby is not alive until it's born and breathing on its own. And if that is so, then why is there a heartbeat at just 5 weeks? But yet, abortion is still allowed up until week 24. In conclusion, there is many times that the verse, "You shall not murder," is mentioned throughout the Bible, especially in Exodus 20:13, when the Lord commanded, "You shall not murder." No matter how big or small the heartbeat is, it's life. and we have been commanded not to take it away. So remember that everyone is made in the image of God, and that we need to be the voice for the voiceless. Thank you.